Hi and welcome to tutorial number 1, which is cap measuring. So I'm going to go through now some processes to help you find the best fitting cap, which again ensures you get the best possible outcome of your treatment. So these are the actual caps themselves. As you can see, this is the silicone part here, and then you have the outer cap cover. Now these come in 3 different sizes. We have small, medium and large. The cap cover itself also comes in the different sizes and the size can be shown by the PAXMAN logo here. So this one is small, which is red, purple is medium and blue is large. We also have different size caps showing from the serial number here. So the first prefix starts with what size it is. So a small starts with an S, a medium with an M and a large with an L. So with regards to the cap measuring process, we have a 3-point checklist. So point number 1 is we want to make sure that a cap isn't too small. Now generally, when a cap is too small, the top of the cap does not come into direct contact with the crown part of your head, okay? And which is very important that the silicone cap itself is in direct contact with the whole of the head. Anywhere that the silicone cap is not in direct contact, you will experience either extreme thinning or, worst case scenario, total alopecia within that area. So we want to try and avoid that at all costs. Your second point is hairline. We need to ensure that we're covering as much of the hairline as possible. We may not quite get to this little bit here, but as long as we're covering all this bit and round the back, that's the most important. Your third and final point is making sure that a cap is not too big. So generally when you place a cap on your head that's too big, you can see either wobbles about, or you can put your hand up the side or at the back of the cap itself. Okay, so putting those 3 points into action, we're going to take each one of the caps now and we're going to start measuring and placing them on our heads. So the first thing you do need to do is ensure that you just have the silicone cap on its own. So if the cover is still on, please remove this now. I'm actually also using a mirror here so I can check and see where the cap is positioned on my head. So I would suggest that you do the same. Okay, so we're going to start with the small cap, okay, and work our way up. So these parts here are actually designed to go around the ears. So the first thing we want to do is actually push our hair back. This is really important if you've got a fringe. So we really want to be able to see the hairline in full view. So we're then going to place the cap on your head. Position the silicone cap a couple of millimeters below the hairline, not on the forehead like this. Okay, because this will won't give us a true representation of the cap fitting itself. Also, during treatment, this can be very, very uncomfortable. So just below the hairline like so, and push down. So tuck your hair behind your ears, and you can see exactly where the cap is positioned. Now, I'm not too happy with the positioning of this because there is quite a lot of my hair is not being covered by the cap itself. So I'm going to remove it and try the next size. So now we take the medium cap, place that onto my head, same position as before. Make sure your hair is tucked behind your ears. And I can push this down. Again, I can see we've got a nice good coverage on the top. There's no gaps or anything. And as you can see, this one is coming much further down now. Okay, and as the back. So I do feel much more comfortable actually using this size. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to try the large as well. So now I get the large cap. Same as the previous 2 times. Place that on the head in its position. Now, you can actually see that this one is far too big for me. It wobbles about, and you can put your hand up the side, and I'll show you the back now as well. I could easily put my hand, I could probably have got 2 hands up there, so this one is a good example of a cap being too big. Okay, so on this occasion, I'm going to use the medium because this was the much better fitting cap. Okay, so just to recap of those 3 important areas, your 3-point checklist, you want to make sure a cap isn't too small so that the top of the cap is in direct contact with your scalp. Second point, hairline. We need to make sure that the cap is covering as much of the hairline as possible. And the third and final, to make sure the cap is not too big. Thank you.